Mr. Cannabis.
Indoor growing provides growers with total control over the environment, allowing them to grow cannabis all year round, increasing yields and potential profits. However, it can require a substantial upfront investment in lighting, climate control, and automation and growing equipment. But the high energy consumption of grow lights can result in a much larger hydro bill, and the limited effective range of grow lights can lead to uneven maturity and trichome development. That's the inverse square law in action. If you double the distance from your light source, its intensity is reduced by 4-fold. Now, there are plenty of amazing lights these days to help you replicate the sun, which we'll discuss later in section 8.2, types of bulbs. But the main trade-off is always that heat versus penetration. The more light will penetrate your canopy, the further away it must be so it doesn't burn your plants. Additionally, heat and humidity are constant factors that must always be manually addressed and maintained, generally by a near constant ventilation system. However, with proper environmentals and when correct contamination procedures are followed, indoor cannabis is generally free of pests, pathogens, or dirt, leading to an overall cleaner and higher shelf product. The International Cannabis Farmers Association advocates for outdoor, sun-grown cannabis. Outdoor cultivation offers the benefits of fresh, generally moving air, and the potential for higher overall yields from greater ppfd and penetration. But also, because the sun moves throughout the day, it gives you multiple angles of penetration through the canopy, minimizing any shading or shadows. And the broad spectrum of sunlight leads to the production of a larger range of cannabinoids and terpenes. And outdoor plants also have the potential to have consistent maturity and quality throughout the plant due to that light penetration. However, you are at the mercy of the environment, be that temperature or light fluctuations, rain and increased humidity, meaning a higher potential for bud rot, potential high winds that can damage or break branches, pests, pathogens, and even random pollen. Your quality can also be degraded further by dust and dirt particles that love to cling to sticky buds. A greenhouse provides the benefit of the natural sunlight and is typically less expensive than indoor growing, depending on what kind of greenhouse site you're building. A simple hoop greenhouse, like mine, is a great step up from growing under the elements like rain and wind. You can also limit airflow through screens, eliminating a lot of your pest and dirt problems. Larger greenhouses can incorporate elements of both indoor and outdoor growing with supplemental lighting and nuanced climate control. If done right, greenhouse growing can be the best of both worlds while minimizing the negatives of each. However, the upfront costs can be greatly increased with possible foundations, structure, ventilation and heating systems, with climate control and weather sensors, irrigation systems, and any automation equipment. And the risks of pests, mold, and spores still can be present. However, with proper management, which we'll discuss in section 4.9, integrated pest management practices, their effects can be minimized.